I still can't believe what happened in our neighborhood last weekend. For a little background, I've lived in Willow Creek Estates for nearly 4 years. It's a quiet, well-manicured community with rows of identical houses, a gated entrance, and more rules than a federal courtroom. The Homeowners Association, or HOA, prides itself on maintaining the aesthetic harmony of the neighborhood, and no one is more fanatical about this mission than our HOA president, Deborah Langston. Deborah is, for lack of a better word, relentless. Mid-50s, always dressed like she's heading to a board meeting, and perpetually sporting a pair of reflective aviators propped atop her head. She took over as HOA president 8 months ago, and she's treated the position like it came with a private army. I've had more than one run-in with her. Once, I received a warning because my recycling bin was visible from the curb for 15 minutes past the approved pickup window. Another time, she cited me for having overly vibrant seasonal wreaths on my front door. And let's not even get started on the infamous bird feeder incident. But nothing could have prepared me for what happened last Saturday. The neighborhood has since dubbed it the ice cream incident. I was in my front yard, planting hydrangeas that I had carefully chosen to comply with the HOA's absurdly specific landscaping guidelines, when I heard the nostalgic jingle of an ice cream truck making its way down our main street. The sound instantly transported me to my own childhood, chasing the truck barefoot with $1 clutched in my fist. Apparently, I wasn't the only one. Kids from every corner of the block poured out of their houses, yelling excitedly for their parents. It was one of those rare, golden summer moments, sunshine spilling across the pavement, kids laughing, a soft breeze carrying the scent of freshly cut grass. And then, like the villain in a Saturday morning cartoon, Deborah Langston appeared. Her front door slammed open with theatrical force, and she stormed down her walkway with her trademark clipboard in hand and a look of militant resolve on her face. "Excuse me, she barked, marching directly toward the truck. Her voice, sharp as a whip, cut through the melody of the jingle. The driver, an older man with kind eyes and a soft smile, his name tag-read Luis, lowered the volume and leaned out the window. "Hi there, ma'am. I've been coming through here for years. The kids always look forward to it." "That's irrelevant," Deborah snapped, emphasizing each syllable. "You're operating a commercial vehicle in a private residential community without the necessary authorization. Did you obtain a permit from the HOA before entering Willow Creek Estates?" Luis blinked, visibly confused. "I have a city license. I serve neighborhoods all around here." "City licenses do not supersede HOA regulations," she shot back. "Commercial activity is prohibited unless granted express written permission by the board." By now, a small crowd of parents had gathered. Their kids stood clutching wrinkled bills and coins, eyes darting between Luis and Deborah. I quietly edged closer, pretending to pull weeds just to get a better view. Luis remained patient. "Ma'am, I understand your concern. If I need to fill out a form next time, I'll gladly do that. But I'm already here, and it would really make these kids' day if I could serve them today." Deborah's eyes narrowed. "Absolutely not. Rules are rules. Leave now, or I will be forced to contact law enforcement." That's when I decided enough was enough. "Actually, Deborah," I said, stepping away from my flower bed, "I checked the HOA bylaws not long ago. The solicitation clause you're referencing pertains to door-to-door sales, not mobile vendors operating on public access roads." She turned to me with robotic precision. "Our roads are private property," she hissed. "Maintained and governed by the HOA." I nodded slowly. "Maintained, yes, but they're still classified as public access routes under city jurisdiction. Luis here is well within his legal rights." A few parents murmured their agreement. Luis gave me a grateful nod. Deborah, clearly rattled, scanned the area for another angle. "Your truck is leaking something," she said suddenly, pointing dramatically. We all looked. The pavement was bone dry. "No leak," I said flatly. Undeterred, she tried again. "That music is a noise violation. Section 14, subsection 3 prohibits disruptive sound between 3 and 9 p.m. It's 4 in the afternoon on a Saturday, called Mrs. Harper, who was holding a toddler on her hip. The ordinance doesn't kick in until after 9 p.m., Deborah's lips thinned into a straight line. Then, without warning, she stormed up to the truck and tried to forcibly slide shut the serving window. "You need to leave now," she shouted, her voice climbing. Luis recoiled. "Please, ma'am, don't touch my property. If this is really an issue, I'll leave, but there's no need for this." "There is no issue," I interjected. "Only Deborah." Other parents began murmuring louder, siding with me. Some of the kids were starting to cry, sensing they were about to lose their chance at ice cream. Then Deborah did something completely unhinged. She picked up a decorative garden rock from a nearby yard and hurled it toward the truck. It missed the menu board but hit a stack of napkins, sending them fluttering into the street. "Karen!" I shouted yes. We had started calling her that unofficially. "Have you lost your mind? There are children here." She ignored me, whipping out her phone. "I'm calling the police. This is trespassing." "Please do," Luis replied from behind his now-shut window. "I'll be reporting property damage and harassment." I called 911 too, as did several other neighbors. When the patrol cars arrived, it was like a scene from a soap opera. Officers Harris and Nguyen calmly separated everyone and took statements. I showed them the videos I had taken, as did others. After reviewing the footage, Officer Harris turned to Deborah. "Ms. Langston, you're being charged with attempted property damage and assault." "What? I'm the HOA president," she shouted. "That doesn't give you legal immunity," Officer Nguyen said firmly. "You don't have the authority to enforce city laws, nor to damage private property." Still fuming, Deborah demanded their badge numbers and screamed about lawsuits as they placed her in cuffs. The kids cheered. 2 weeks later, in court, the judge was succinct. Deborah was fined, ordered to pay restitution, and served with a restraining order banning her from approaching Luis or his truck. Her reputation shattered. She resigned as HOA president the next day. As for Luis, he got a standing ovation from the neighborhood at the next community meeting. And his truck? It's more popular than ever. Every Saturday afternoon at 4 p.m. without fail.